front room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, pass these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple: score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
Introducing the Lansing A team first, wearing pink tonight, Kalamazoo Kill Stars. Facing off against, wearing black tonight, will be Lansing Roller Derby. And skating for Kalamazoo tonight, we've got the Kalamazoo Kill Stars, aka Kalamazoo Team A. number 1, Weirs Waldo. Number 100, Smackajawea. Number 1039, Ophelia Plenty. Number 1148, Alley Kate Contusions. Number 1150, Neva Soba. Number 13, Dubois. Number 911, Death Valley. Number 2931, Chew Back Off. Number 33, Javelin. Number 410, Bash Her. Number 5, Hot Pocket. Number 804, Catch Hell. Number 89, Skatin' Not Hatin'. Number 96, Drama Queen. And your team captain, number 922, Jawbreaker Jose. This is your Kalamazoo Kill Stars. And now, wearing black tonight, Lansing Roller Derby. And we've got number 0, Barbie Flay. Number 10, Lucille Brawl. Number 12, Foxin' Mad. Number 18, Hurtorino. Number 27, Evil Shred. Number 29, Sarah Sasson. Number 3, Straga. Number 4, Peregrine. Number 5, Can of Whoop-Ass. Number 6, Deacon Bruce. Number 57, Toxic Shock. Number 74, Gail Skaten. Number 89, Social Smacktivist. Number 95, The Mind Killer. 37, Ms. Hyde, alternate. And alternate number 65, Kobe. And we cannot forget tonight's team captain, number 22, Yarmageddon. All right. And also, please, everyone, rise for the national anthem, sung once again by our lovely and talented Ready, Set, Riot. Okay, great job as always, Ready, Set, Riot. Now looks like we are lining up, getting ready to start the first jam of the first bout in tonight's doubleheader. And we've got number 29, Sarah Sasson, on the jam line there for Lansing. And I believe that is... I'll tell you who's jamming for Kalamazoo as soon as I get a good look at her number. And this looks like we have number 922, Jawbreaker Jose, jamming for Kalamazoo, and Jose will be your lead jammer. Lead jammer, of course, is the first jammer to make it out of the pack. The lead jammer can call off the jam by patting her hips at any point in time. And the first points of the game are on the board, courtesy of Jawbreaker Jose. Hit it and quit it. Score 4 and call it off. And jamming this time for Lansing, recently joining us from Roughneck Roller Derby of Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 0, Barbie Flay, on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by, once again, tell you who's jamming for Kalamazoo once I get a good look at her number. And this looks like number 1, Weir's Waldo. And Weir's Waldo busting her way through that pack. She's going to be your lead jammer. Barbie coming up through the middle of the pack. Kalamazoo did not come to fool around. Look at that defense from Kalamazoo. Nice hit there from Allie Kate, Contusions. Oh, and Allie Kate does it again. She's gonna force Barbie to the back of that pack. Barbie looking for the star pass, but denied. And Weir's Waldo put at least 3 more points on the board there for Kalamazoo. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 7. Lansing still held scoreless. And we've got number 89, Skating Not Hatin', jamming for Kalamazoo. And she's going to be joined by number 12, Boxin' Mad of Lansing. And Boxin' Mad tiptoeing through the tulips there on the outside. She is going to be your lead jammer. And Skate Not Hating out there with her signature crop top, skater formerly known as Jesse's Girl. And Boxin' Mad's gonna call it. Lansing now on the board for 3 points. And we've got our first official timeout of tonight's game. And this timeout is brought to you by SkyMint Premium Cannabis, farm to stash, grown right here in the great state of Michigan. They say welcome to all you creative types, to all you deep thinkers, to all you great conversationalists. Stop by SkyMint to make your next deep conversation just a little bit deeper with some of the sticky icky, the devil's lettuce, a few left-handed cigarettes, whatever you like to call it. SkyMint Premium Cannabis has all of your marijuana needs met. IT person here, Devin. He's the one that's really getting this live stream ready for all of you watching at home. I'm just the one doing all the talking. Looks like Devin had to adjust one of the cameras there in the corner of the arena. All right, this is Peregrine on the jam line for Lansing. Peregrine, I believe her formerly known as Cupcakes. Peregrine will be your lead jammer. We got 9:22 Jose back out there jamming for Kalamazoo. She will not be your lead jammer. Peregrine hitting the back of that pack with the vengeance, getting hit to the outside and calls it. And we've got Peregrine put 1 point on the board there for Lansing. That's going to bring Lansing up to 8. It's going to bring Lansing up to 5. I'm sorry. Kalamazoo at 8. And we've got Sarah Sasson back on the jam line for Lansing. Sarah Sasson right away run into some resistance at the back of that pack, and she puts on the afterburners, gets up to the front. Sarah will be your lead jammer. Where's Waldo, meanwhile, trying to get the star cast. Where's Waldo attempting a call off, but sorry, Waldo, you cannot call off the jam unless you are the lead jammer. Sarah, and it looks like Sarah's just been called off for a penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Kalamazoo. First power jam of tonight's doubleheader, and we have a star pass from the ladies in pink. We've got number 13, Dubois, taking the star over from Jose. Of course, the pivot on each team can take over as a jammer at any time in a procedure called a star pass. And right away, Dubois running up against Toxic Shock there at the front of the pack. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 points going on that board for Kalamazoo. Sarah Sasson coming back out there to join her teammates out of the penalty box to put 4 points on the board for Lansing. It looks like Sarah benefited from just a little bit of rest right there. And Dubois is coming through again for 4 more points for Kalamazoo. Because Sarah lost her lead jammer status in the penalty box, this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. And both jammers racking up the points here. Well, we have a pack of blockers not making it very easy. Refs whistled the jam dead at the 2-minute mark, and it looks like Sarah Sasson picked up 2 more points at the end of that jam. That is going to bring Kalamazoo up to 24, Lansing trailing at 15. Still 9-point game. Very much anyone's game at this point, of course. And we've got number 12, Fox and Mad, back on the jam line for Lansing. And that is Skating Not Hating of Kalamazoo, trying to push her way through that pack. Social Smacktivist doing a nice job holding it down. She's going to take a hit off Yar there. And Yar's going to skate to the front of that pack, trying to keep Skating Not Hating behind. And 11:48, allocating Contusion's getting called out on an illegal procedure. She's with me in the penalty box right now. Skating Not Hating is going to be your lead jammer. This is number 4, Peregrine, lining up on the, looks like she's lining up just a little bit behind that Kalamazoo jammer. And Peregrine looking like she's going for her tried and true way of tiptoeing around the outside of that track. Jawbreaker Jose has to chase her around back, and Peregrine is skating clockwise backwards through the length of the track. Yes, that is allowed. Jawbreaker Jose coming out about half a lap behind her at this point. Peregrine coming up against that three wall of pink at the front of that pack. Death Valley's trying to chase Peregrine to the back of the pack, and we have a lead jammer, Jawbreaker Jose. Peregrine getting called out for a penalty, I think. No, Peregrine is returning to the track. This is not going to be a power jam. It looks like Jose put 4 more points on the board there for Kalamazoo. Toxic Shock doing a nice job holding that line there. Gail Skaten going to assist, but Jawbreaker Jose bust on through, put 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. Looks like Gail Skaten's going to come hang out in the penalty box for a second for that block. Toxic Shock takes a swing and a miss. And Jawbreaker Jose putting 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. Peregrine still caught up in that pack. And that's going to be 4 more points for Jawbreaker Jose. And Jawbreaker Jose, bam! What a hit! Jose just bashed into the Mind Killer like it was her job. That is another 4 points there for Kalamazoo. And Jawbreaker Jose is not slowing down. That's the whistle. End of the bout. What a jam for Jawbreaker Jose. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 42, Lansing at 15, and it looks like Lansing has called a team timeout. And my co-announcer, AK here, is gesturing to the jam timer. The hand signal for a team timeout is 2 hands coming together in a kind of a T. A gesture for official timeout is hands tapping the shoulders. Each team is allowed only a limited number of timeouts during a bout. The officials, of course, can call a timeout whenever they please for whatever reason they please. And now the team timeout has become an official timeout. Head ref, you know, I know, we know, has signaled for the official timeout. For those of you who missed it, Lansing's coming fresh off a couple of away games. Lansing Roller Derby played Ann Arbor back in July, took the win 192 to 145. And recently, in August, Lansing had a triple header up north in Kalkaska. Lansing A, B, and C all played. Lansing A played the Small Town Outlaws, won 169 to 144. Then Lansing C versus Small Town Outlaws C, and lost that one 135 to 60. Lansing B took on the Traverse City Toxic Cherries and lost 331 to 28. But it is really great to have Lansing Roller Derby back here at home at the Court Run Training Center. And we do hope to see you after the second bout at tonight's after party at the Mayfair Bar. Tonight's theme is high school stereotypes. So time to bring out your inner jock, your inner nerd, your inner head case, your inner bender, and your inner princess. About food that wound up being a little too slow crossing the highway Friday night become supper on Saturday. But nope, they promise you a 100% roadkill-free experience. Fresh produce, meat department, in-store bakeries, and a deli. But I think we're about to start the game back up, and it looks like this is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Jose picked up a penalty there on that previous jam. And what is this? Sarah Sasson, number 29, back in the penalty box. That means Hallbreaker Jose is out, and Sarah Sasson will serve the exact same amount of time served by Jawbreaker Jose, because if you've got no jammers, you really don't have much of a bout. So it looks like we have both jammers back in. Sarah bashes her way past those Kalamazoo blockers, coming out, but she will not be your lead jammer. And we've got Toxic Shock hanging out at the front of that pack, waiting for the Jawbreaker Jose. Jose calls it, and looks like Jose picked up 3 more points in that jam. Lansing held scoreless, bringing Kalamazoo up to 45, Lansing trailing at 15. Still 30-point game. Anyone who's watched a couple games of roller derby knows that is nothing in this sport. Very fast-paced, very fast-moving, and the points add up quick. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's Weir's Waldo, number 1 out there, jamming for Kalamazoo. The Mind Killer, Toxic Shock, Yar, and Gale skating. Quite the power quad up there, putting up one heck of a fight. Number 12, Fox and Mad, skates around the outside. Oh, what is this? Fox and Mad has to line back, has to go to the penalty box for something I'm not sure about. Weir's Waldo is going to be your lead jammer in this power jam for Kalamazoo. And we've got Yar and Toxic Shock recycling to the front of that pack. Toxic Shock says, I gotta let her go. But meanwhile, Yar is going to force Weir's Waldo to the back of that pack. The Mind Killer gonna come in for an assist. And Lansing's blockers line up again at the front of that pack, trying to stall Waldo as best they can, so Fox and Mad can come out. Waldo calls it. And it looks like Waldo scored 1 point in that jam. Great job, Yar and the Mind Killer, holding her back for that 30 seconds until Fox and Mad came out of the penalty box. And this looks like number 18, Herderino, jamming for the first time tonight for Lansing. And that is 922, Jawbreaker Jose coming out fast around the inside. She will be your lead jammer. Herderino still stuck in that pack. Nice blocking there from Neva Soba at the front of the pack. Meanwhile, Strega doing a nice job holding down that line of blockers there, trying to keep Jose contained as best as they can. They have seen what she is capable of. They're not going to have it. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Jawbreaker Jose is out, putting 4 points on the board there for Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo now at that half-century mark, 50 points. And it looks like Herderino might have gone for the star pass out there, social smacktivist. Now, I believe, holding the star. I do not think it's on her head. Oh, never mind. Looks like that was an attempted star pass. Didn't quite happen from Lansing. But there's Jawbreaker Jose trying to break her way through that wall of black again. We've got Yar and Strega, both of Team Michigan, forcing her to the back of that pack again. Yar on her like white on rice. And Strega and Deacon Brew's going to come in for an assist. And looks like Jawbreaker Jose put 2 points on, two more on the board for Kalamazoo. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 56. Lansing still at 15, with just over 15 minutes left to go in this first half of tonight's first bout. And so we've got number 4, Peregrine. Looks like she's trying to sneak up there on number 13, Dubois, jamming for the first time tonight for Kalamazoo. And Dubois already here for a fight. Gail Skaten's her last line of defense, but Dubois comes out. She's going to be your lead jammer. Looks like Peregrine might be looking to get a star pass there. Toxic Shock, of course, wearing the pivots panty up at the front of the pack. And what is this? Dubois, 4 points on the board there for Kalamazoo. Dubois not slowing down. Kalamazoo spreading out in the back, and she does it again. 4 more points going on the board for Kalamazoo. Peregrine on a very hard-fought initial pass, putting that star back on her head, and she's getting called out on a penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Kalamazoo. And it looks like Dubois might be just running that clock out. Another 4 points for Kalamazoo. Barbie and Toxic Shock teaming up on Dubois in the middle of that pack there. The Mind Killer also assisting. Look at the way the Mind Killer is looking at Dubois. She and Toxic Shock almost working like a well-oiled machine there. But Dubois, no stranger to the track. 4 more points for Kalamazoo there. Peregrine out of that penalty box with a vengeance, running on all 8 wheels, and she's through the pack. That is her initial pass. No points yet. Dubois calls it. Kalamazoo up to 72. Lansing at 15. That's going to be number 12, Fox and Mad, jamming again for Lansing. Looks like she's doing a little dance there on the jam line. That's fun. Where's Waldo out there for Lansing? And once again, Social Smacktivist and Yar and Strega doing their level best to hold her back. Strega gets a nice hit to the inside. I misspoke myself. I believe that is not Where's Waldo. That is Catch Hell, jamming for the first time tonight. Strega forces her to the back of that pack. Fox and Mad taking a little whip off her teammate there. She's going to be your lead jammer. And looks like Kalamazoo's attempting a star pass there. Lansing, of course, doing their level best to block. I see the star in. Is it Catchell again? Nope, that is number 100, Smakajawea. And that's the jam. Fox and Mad put 7 points on the board there for Lansing. Lansing up to 22, but Kalamazoo picked up a point or two, so they're at 74. So lining up on the jam line again, we have Sarah Assassin for Lansing, joined by, and Sarah Assassin will be your lead jammer. Jawbreaker Jose denied star status, but she is catching up. Sarah Assassin putting those skills she learned as a former speed skater to use, flying through the pack, calling it off. And did she hold Jawbreaker Jose scoreless? I have to wait to see the ref's hands to tell you. Nope, looks like Jawbreaker Jose did pick up some points in that jam. But Lansing picked up 3. That's going to bring them, no, Kalamazoo picked up 3. It's going to bring them to 77. Lansing at 26. And we have number 0, Barbie Flay, the Sooner State transplant, out taking the star for Lansing. This is, oh, nice hit there from a Lansing blocker, not sure who. Number 27. And number 911, Death Valley, will be your lead jammer. Oh no, and the Barbie is out on a penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Kalamazoo. Death Valley takes a tumble there, but she's upright, she is skating, and she just put 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. Little blocking, little Jocelyn Strega trying to bring her blockers together at the front of that pack. Kalamazoo doing their best to break them up. Death Valley take a little assist off of her pivot. 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. That's going to bring them up to 85, just 15 points below that century mark. And Death Valley runs chest first into a wall of black. We've got both jammers in now. Pile up on the straightaway. And it looks like 4A LK Confusion is going to come out for that. And Barbie Flay is out of the box. She will not be your lead jammer. And before she can put any points on the board, that's going to be the jam. We've got 3 more points going on the board for Kalamazoo, and from the sounds of it, I believe we've got an official team timeout. Looks like Kalamazoo is using their either team timeout or official review. We're not quite sure which from here. Each team is allowed, I believe, 2 team timeouts and official review each bout. We have our doing a little track repair during this timeout. Of course, track repair, so important during a game. You've really got to keep that rope taped down to the track, otherwise skaters and officials could trip, possibly injure themselves or another skater. And we've got bench coach Bad Aptitude conferring with our refs there in the middle. Yep, looks. And Jam Timer is making the official review signal. Looks like it was Lansing calling that official review, not Kalamazoo. I misspoke myself earlier. And it sounds like Lansing decided to use that official review as a timeout. Teams are allowed to do that. We're back into action. That looks like Peregrine, number 4, out there jamming for Lansing. And that is number 13, Dubois, wearing the star for Kalamazoo. Dubois got to fight past the Mind Killer and Gail skating, and fight she does. She's going to be lead jammer. Meanwhile, looks like Javelin is going to hit Peregrine to the outside. Peregrine spunts. Another Kalamazoo blocker going to force Peregrine to the back of that track, but it looks like Yar might be doing the same for Dubois. Whenever you are hit to the outside, you have to enter the track behind the skater that hit you unless they themselves are out of bounds. And look at that hit on the Mind Killer. That was pretty nice. Dubois out on that first scoring pass. 4 points going on the board for Kalamazoo. Just 8 points below the century mark. Kalamazoo now at 91. Oh, look at that big hit on Toxic Shock, courtesy of Dubois. And Dubois is going to call it as Peregrine sneaks up on, on her left. Lansing now at 26, Kalamazoo at 95. This next jam could be the one where Kalamazoo breaks the century mark. Those of you at the Mayfair bar, you know what that means. When one team hits the century mark, we all drink. And that's Fox and Mad back out there jamming for Lansing. And 9:22, Jawbreaker Jose for Kalamazoo. And Fox and Mad coming out of that pack, fast and furious. She's your lead jammer, but just barely. Jawbreaker Jose has her in her sights and forcing the call off from Fox and Mad. Double goose egg on that jam. So we've got Sarah Sasson, number 29, back out there for Lansing, and going to be joined by number 911, Death Valley, jamming for Kalamazoo. Sarah cuts around the outside. She will be your lead jammer. Death Valley now out, will not be your lead jammer. And Sarah Sasson coming around now on that scoring pass. And the Mind Killer waiting for her to assist. And it looks like Sarah Sasson put 3 points on the board there. But Death Valley did score 2 for Kalamazoo. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 97. Lansing at 29 with just under 6 minutes left to go in this first half. We've got number 0, Barbie Filet, on the jam line again for Lansing. And, oh, right away, jammer on jammer action. Jawbreaker Jose gives Barbie a little love tap there right off the jam line. Jawbreaker Jose will be your lead jammer. And we've got a timeout. Looks like we may have a skater down. footbath. She is up and skating. Thank you so much to our medics tonight. We always hope we're not going to need you, but we're so grateful when we do. And it looks like, okay, looks like we got Fox and Mad going out there again on the jam line for Kalamazoo. And I believe, I'll tell you who the Kalamazoo jammer is in a second. Looks like we got a 3-on-4 pack out there. Kalamazoo, of course, has a blocker in the penalty box, and that is who I thought it was, number 922, Jawbreaker Jose. And would you look at the way the Mind Killer is holding down that 3 wall there. That is pretty amazing. But Fox and Mad cuts around Toxic Shock on the outside. She will be your lead jammer. But Jawbreaker Jose out of that pack, and we've seen how fast Jawbreaker Jose can move. And taking some encouragement from her teammates, Fox and Mad calls it, and it looks like Fox and Mad managed to hold Jawbreaker Jose scoreless in that jam. Fox and Mad did put up 2 points on the board for Lansing. That's going to put Lansing at 31. Kalamazoo still at 97. But I think we'll see Kalamazoo cross that century mark before this first half is over. We've got number 13, Dubois, jamming for Kalamazoo. Going to be joined by Peregrine, number 4, for Lansing. Peregrine hopping around the outside, but her wheels went out to the outside of the track. She's got to go in behind, and she still makes it. She is still going to be your lead jammer. And blocker on blocker out there. Yar puts a nice hit there on Catch Hell. And Yar coming around for that first scoring pass. Pack is very tight. Yar trying to create some room for Peregrine on the inside. She knows Peregrine can make that jump, and she nailed it. Peregrine going to score 4 points for Lansing and call it off. That's going to bring Lansing up to 35. Kalamazoo scoreless in that jam. So seems like that official review / timeout was just what Lansing needed. They are starting to catch up. We have Barbie Flay, number 0, out there jamming again for Lansing. Going to be joined by Skatin' Not Hatin' of Kalamazoo. Skatin' Not Hatin', you might remember as former Jesse's girl. Now somebody's getting called out on a penalty. I don't know who. It is Pocket, number 5 of Kalamazoo, going to come in and join us in the penalty box. And Skatin' Not Hatin' is going to be your lead jammer. Barbie Flay, number 0, finally getting around. Looks like she was hung up on the turn there on a Kalamazoo blocker. Now Skatin' Not Hatin', skating backwards. She's out of the pack as she put 4 points on the board. That is going to take Kalamazoo up to, and I see the ref's fingers up, and that's going to put Kalamazoo at 101 points. It's an all drink. The century mark has been broken. You guys at the Mayfair bar, you know what to do. And Skatin' Not Hatin' does it again. 4 more points there for Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo now at 105. Barbie, meanwhile, I believe Barbie's still on that initial pass. There she is on the turn. Trapped behind that pack, and she is. And she's out. And it's jammer on jammer, and it looks like, no, I was wrong. That was Barbie Flay's scoring pass. Barbie just put 4 points on the board there for Lansing. Both jammers almost neck and neck. Skatin' Not Hatin' taps her hips, and the jam is called off. We have just over 1 minute left to go in this first half. We have time for 1, maybe 2 more jams. Let's find out. Number 29, Sarah Sasson, taking her familiar spot on the jam line there for Lansing. And once again, I believe that is Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, for Kalamazoo. And both jammers start off neck and neck. Sarah shouldering her way through that pack. Look at the way Jawbreaker Jose stays up on those toe stops. She was barely inside the boundaries of that track. That's where those toe stops come in handy. She stayed inbounds and upright, and that means she's going to be lead jammer. Toxic Shock's going to shove her to the inside on her scoring pass. Sarah Sassin, meanwhile, is out, coming around on her scoring pass, skating backwards just to show us that she can. Jawbreaker Jose has scored 4 points there for Kalamazoo, and we've got a 2-on-4 pack situation. We've got 2 Kalamazoo blockers in the penalty box here, right below. You can't, I know those of you at home can't see, but the penalty box is right underneath where I'm standing. And once again, the Mind Killer doing what she does best, keeping Jawbreaker Jose away from that scoreboard. Toxic Shock looking over her shoulder, making sure she can come in for an assist when needed. Toxic Shock putting those hips to good use, keeping Jawbreaker Jose trapped there. And Sarah Sassin coming in. And that's going to be the jam, and that is going to be the first half. We have Kalamazoo now at 113, Lansing at 47. We're going to take a little break here, 15-minute intermission, and we'll see you after the half. And, of course, don't forget to stick around after this bout for the second bout of tonight's doubleheader, when we'll see Lansing's B team take on the Downriver Roller Dolls.
Front room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
The Mitten Mavens are a local roller derby organization, a 501c4 in the East Lansing area. Roller derby is super important in our community and for our culture because it gives women the opportunity to be aggressive and to be strong and to be vocal and to be proud about their bodies no matter what sizes and shapes that they are. Our recruiting process happens all year round. We're an open enrollment organization, which means that people can join at any time throughout the year. However, we do host biannual boot camps, which are the best time for people to join. We run one in the beginning of the winter, so in January, and then we run a second in the summer, usually starting about June. And during those boot camps, we train people who have never skated before. You don't need any experience at all. You can support the Mitten Mavens by coming to our home bouts. That's the best way you can support the Mavens because not only does it grow the awareness of the sport, it grows our fan base, which we love to have as many fans as possible at our home bouts. So you can also get involved with this league by joining as a non-skating official or a referee or a volunteer. You can check us out at www.eastlansingrollerderby.com.
traditionally the teams switch benches after the first period. And we've got both teams lining up. The long whistle means we've got 5 seconds to go. That's going to be Fox and Mad, number 12, out there jamming for Lansing. And that's Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, for Kalamazoo. And look at Jose use those toe stops again. Looks like she did get hit to the outside a little bit. That's why she's lining up behind. Strega doing her best to keep her back. The Mind Killer coming in to assist. And nice hit there from Toxic Shock. Oh, and yeah, Jawbreaker hits back. And Jawbreaker Jose will be your lead jammer. And we've got a star pass. Yarmageddon, number 22, team captain, now taking the star over for Fox and Mad. And Jawbreaker calls it. Looks like Jawbreaker Jose scored 2 points there before calling it off. Lansing held scoreless. Number 89, Skating Not Hating, lining up there on the jam line for Kalamazoo. And number 0, Barbie Flay, our transfer from Roughneck Roller Derby in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is also going to be jamming. And Skating Not Hating running into Toxic Shock there at the front of the pack. The Mind Killer tries to run, but she has to let her go. Skating Not Hating is going to be your lead jammer, but would you look at the way Kalamazoo's blockers have Barbie Flay trapped in that back. Number 1150, Neva Soba, doing some nice containment there. Meanwhile, Skating Not Hating coming around for 4 points, and she's still going. And taking some direction from the bench, Skating Not Hating calls it off at the front of the pack. And it looks like Barbie did put 1 point on the board there for Lansing. Kalamazoo now up to 123, Lansing at 48. And it looks like Kalamazoo is calling an official review. And this official review is brought to you by Front Room Underfashions, proud to be Lansing Roller Derby's gold sponsor this season. Front Room Underfashions supports Lansing Roller Derby in so many ways, but closest to our heart, personalized fitting and amazing sport bras that help our skaters in this high contact sport. You can visit them online at www.frontroomunderfashions.com. And it sounds like this official review is concerning a possible track cut by the Kalamazoo jammer in the previous jam. As we all know, the first rule of flat track roller derby is the refs are always right. The second rule is if the refs are wrong, see rule number 1. We've got number 4, Peregrine, on the jam line there for Lansing. Joined by number 1, Weirs Waldo of Kalamazoo. And look at the way Strega's putting that shoulder into Weirs Waldo. That is some nice blocking right there. Strega, of course, honing those skills with Team Michigan. And now, they've given Peregrine the room she needs to come out in front. She will be your lead jammer. Weirs Waldo not too far behind. And Peregrine calling it off, sees Waldo overtake her in the pack, and it looks like Waldo put 4 points on the board there for Kalamazoo, if I'm not mistaken, and that is 1 point for Lansing. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 130. Lansing at 49, just 1 point below that half-century mark. And we've got an official timeout called by the refs. Those of you at the Mayfair Bar, please stick around at the conclusion of tonight's second bout for our after party. Tonight's theme is high school stereotypes. We hope to see you there. Back in the action, and it looks like Peregrine picked up a penalty on that last jam, so this is going to be a power jam for Kalamazoo. And Kalamazoo has put Jawbreaker Jose on the jam line, and she is showing us all how it's done. She is going to be your lead jammer. And she does it, and she leaps right through that pack to score 4 more points there for Kalamazoo. Peregrine still has a few seconds left to go in that penalty box as Jawbreaker Jose comes around for another scoring pass. And the formidable hips of Toxic Shot keep her from the outside. Yar and Herderino gonna line up, try to force, and Yar has just forced Jawbreaker Jose to the back of that pack. Peregrine back in the action, still a half a lap away from scoring in this jam. And look, and Jawbreaker going for the inside. Jam is over. That's 4 more points going on the board there for Kalamazoo. It looks like Peregrine did put 1 more. I'm not sure. I saw a couple more points on the board for Lansing. Kalamazoo is now at 138, Lansing at 51. We have just over 25 minutes left to go in this second half. Number 89, skating, not hating, taking the star again for Kalamazoo. Number 0, Barbie Flay for Lansing. And Barbie coming right up against Dubois there. And Barbie takes a tumble. The middle of the track. Skate Not Hatin' comes around, and looks like Dubois is coming to the penalty box for a multiplayer for that block. But Skate Not Hatin' still manages to come out and be your lead jammer. Both jammers moving fast, fast, fast. Pack having to move fast just to keep. And what is this? Oh, and Skate Not Hatin' comes around Strega, but she goes to the outside, forced to the back of the pack. Oh, cruel misfortune. Barbie has to get. Oh, nice hit. That was Javelin, long-time Kalamazoo Derby veteran. And Barbie back up and skating. Got to line up behind that pack. And just a little twirl to the inside. Skate Not Hatin' putting 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. And now, sounded like someone get called out on a penalty. Strega lying in wait there at the front of the pack. Skate Not Hatin' breezes right on through for 4 more points. Barbie still held scoreless in this jam. That was a nice hit courtesy of Dubois. Dubois now has Barbie Flay in her sights, sticking to her like glue. Never underestimate the power of a good positional block. Oh, Evil Shred trying to help her teammate out and gets rewarded with a big hit to the middle. And Barbie Flay putting some points on that board. 4 points for Lansing as the jam is whistled dead. And now we have a 99-point game, everyone. Kalamazoo now at 154, Lansing at 55. Fox and Mad, number 12, on the jam line for Lansing. It's gonna be number 911, Death Valley, jamming for Kalamazoo. Fox and Mad will be your lead jammer. And Kalamazoo lying in wait. Tiptoeing around. Fox and Mad tries to tiptoe around and decides to call it, but it looks like 3 points on the board there, Fox and Mad, for Lansing. Kalamazoo held scoreless. So now it's a 96-point game. Lansing at 58, Kalamazoo still at 154. Number 29, Sarah Sasson on the jam line for Lansing. And right away we see a little jammer on jammer love with Sarah Sasson there and Jawbreaker Jose. Jawbreaker motioning her teammates to come closer to the back. Jawbreaker running into the deadly duo there. Yar and Strega. Deacon Bruce comes in for an assist, but they can't stop Jawbreaker. She is going to be your lead jammer. Looks like Sarah Sasson might have been attempting a star pass there, but was foiled. Blocker on blocker pile up on the turn there. Ooh. And Jawbreaker Jose scores 4 and quits it. We now have a 100-point game. Kalamazoo at 158, Lansing at 58, with just over 20 minutes left to go in the second half. And we've got number 89, Skating Not Hatin' on the jam line for Kalamazoo. That's going to be number 12, Fox and Mad for Lansing. Nice block there, courtesy of 1150 Neva Soba. But Fox and Mad comes through. She will be your lead jammer. And Fox and Mad giving it all she's got. 2-on-4 pack out there. That puts Lansing at an advantage. And Foxen calls it off. Double goose egg on that jam. And that looks like number 4, Peregrine, out there jamming for Lansing. Number 1, Wierswaldo for Kalamazoo. 3-on-3 pack out there. Both jammers. Oh, she's sneaking around on the inside. Wierswaldo will be your lead jammer. Peregrine, of course, forced to line back up behind Basher of Kalamazoo, going for that star pass. And Dubois forcing Peregrine to line up in the back there.
I literally didn't even make contact with her body. She just
And
said direction out loud.
nice hit there, courtesy of Yar, but Yar goes out of bounds. That means Wierswaldo can keep on trucking. 4 points going on the board there for Kalamazoo. And Peregrine still held scoreless. I believe Peregrine is holding that jammer penny in her hand. And she's run it up against Dubois there in the middle of the pack. Wierswaldo lining up behind. And Peregrine and taking some direction from the bench there. Wierswaldo calls it. And I believe that jam is going to bring Kalamazoo up to 167, Lansing at 58. So now we have a 109-point game. I believe this is Sarah Sasson out there jamming for Lansing. This is 11:48. Alley-K Contusions on the jam line for Kalamazoo. And Contusions is going to be your lead jammer. And skating like her wheels are on fire. Alley-K Contusions runs up against the back of that pack, gets past Gail Skaten and Yar, and puts 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. Sarah Sasson out of the pack, meanwhile, on her first scoring pass. Oh, and my roster's blowing across the announcer's table. Sarah Sasson, oh, never mind, coming around for 4 points there for Lansing. And Toxic Shock shows us her gymnastic skills, somersaulting across the middle. And Alley-K Contusions calls it. And that looks like Sarah Sasson put 4 points on the board there for Lansing. And I didn't see the ref's hands for Kalamazoo, but going off, looking at the scoreboard, Kalamazoo now at 174, Lansing at 66. We could see Kalamazoo hit the second century mark before the end of tonight's game. Skate Not Hating, number 89. Back there jamming for Kalamazoo. Number 0, Barbie Flay for Lansing. And then the pack is skating backwards. Skate Not Hating. Deftly dodging Strega there. And getting around to the front. Skate Not Hating will be your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Barbie Flay looking to get the star pass. And Kalamazoo, some nice blocking there in the middle of the pack, and before you know it, Skating Not Hating is around 4 points. This is definitely one of those blink and you miss it nights here at Court 1. Both teams moving fast. Javelin to a nice one-on-one blocking there on Yar, both long-time Michigan Derby veterans, and both jammers out. Barbie skating to the outside. Okay, we got both jammers almost neck and neck there. Barbie still held scoreless in this jam. Skating Not Hating, doing that dainty little call off again. 4 points and calls it. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 183, Lansing at 70. With just over 15 minutes left to go in this second half of tonight's first bout in this doubleheader. Make sure you stick around after this bout is over. We're going to watch the Lansing B team take on the Downriver Roller Dolls. And I believe they're from Downriver. Wild guess based on the name. Fox and Mad hitting that 3 wall there. Toxic Shock doing her best to break it up. Fox and Mad going for that hole, but the Kalamazoo pivot has her in her sights. And meanwhile, 9-11 Death Valley has picked up lead jam. She's coming up against Gail skating there on the inside. Fox and Mad out of that pack. She will not be your lead jammer. The Mind Killer giving chase as Death Valley calls it. Looks like Death Valley put at least 4 points on the board there. Waiting for the scoreboard to change. Kalamazoo now at 186, Lansing up to 74. So now we have a 112-point game. And you know, I know, we know, has called an official timeout. We want to use this timeout to give a big shout out to all of our NSOs. NSOs is non-skating officials. They are the penalty trackers. They are the penalty box wranglers. They are the scorekeepers, which you can't see, but they are off to the side of the arena. Our penalty trackers are right there in the middle of the track. Our NSOs have to work closely with the referees and the skaters to make sure points are counted, penalties are counted, and everyone is still skating safely. They are the true unsung heroes of roller derby, and we would never be able to bout without them. So I want to say thank you to our refs. Reffing roller derby, as you can see, it's a fast-paced game and is not an easy job. So we want to say thank you to each and every zebra who's joining us here tonight at Court 1. Thank you, and thank you. Also, thank you to Kalamazoo coming all the way here from the western side of the state. And thank you so much to Court 1 for hosting us yet again tonight. And thank you to everyone watching, whether you're in the comfort of your own home, at your friend's house, or at the Mayfair bar. We wouldn't be here without you. So we want to say thank you to all our fans here in the house and all of our fans comfortable at home. Thank you so much. And now it looks like, I could be wrong, but I believe the official timeout has now kind of morphed into a team official review. My co-announcer AK is going to give us the skinny on what's going on here pretty quickly with this official review. into action. A very long time out there. Peregrine on the jam line there for Kalamazoo. And of course, Peregrine on the jam line for Lansing. Kalamazoo has forced her to the back of that pack. Jawbreaker Jose, surprising no one, is going to be your lead jammer. And Peregrine out of that pack. Meanwhile, Jawbreaker Jose comes around for 4 points there for Kalamazoo. And Javelin has Peregrine in her sights there. Dubois going to come in for an assist, forcing Peregrine to the back of that pack. Jawbreaker Jose coming around for 4 more points. Kalamazoo Roller Derby just 6 points below that double century mark. And it looks like Jawbreaker Jose is not stopping yet. Peregrine, of course, still on her initial scoring pass. Nice hit there from Yar. Yar goes out of bounds. Jawbreaker Jose stays in. 4 more points for Kalamazoo. And Peregrine coming out for 4 points there for Lansing. And Jawbreaker Jose looking to break that second century mark this jam. Can she do it? Oh, yes, she can. Kalamazoo now at 202 points. Second century mark officially broken. And now we can all drink. Well, look at that. Peregrine also scoring 4 more points. We might be going the full 2 minutes on this one. And Jawbreaker Jose does it again. 4 points for Kalamazoo Roller Derby. Not even slowing down out there. And that's 2 minutes. That is going to be the jam. That's what all the whistles mean. Kalamazoo now up to 206. Lansing at 82. We got Fox and Mad, number 12, on the jam line there for Lansing. And I see Skating Not Hating wearing the star there for Kalamazoo. We've got that killer quad there of Toxic Shock, the Mind Killer, Gale Skating, and Yar out there blocking. But Skating Not Hating knows what they're up to. She is going to be your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Fox and Mad takes her a bit. She jumps around all of those Kalamazoo blockers. Not going to be your lead jammer. And to the hop, skip, and a spin, Skating Not Hating comes around for 4 points there for Kalamazoo. Gale Skating takes a tumble there from the invisible blocker. Fox and Mad trying to get through on that initial scoring pass. Chewbackoff has to let her go, and that's 4 points going on the board for Fox and Mad of Lansing. And the trademark dainty call-off from Skating Not Hating, but not before she scores 4 more points for our friends in pink. That's going to bring Kalamazoo up to 214. Lansing just 14 points below that century mark at 86. We have just over 10 minutes left to go in this second half. It looks, that is Sarah Sasson, number 29, on the jam line for Lansing. And Sarah Sasson is going to be your lead jammer. Strega coming up on Where's Waldo like you have never seen. Where's Waldo stuck in that pack. Looks like Waldo's going for the star pass there. Javelin says, I got you, sister. But Sarah Sasson sends Javelin down to the floor, and Sarah Sasson's got 4 points coming on the board for Lansing. Sarah Sasson still going strong. Javelin trying to hold together that floor wall for Kalamazoo. Sarah Sasson calls it. Kalamazoo held scoreless in that jam. Kalamazoo still at 214, Lansing at 90. number 0, Barbie Flay, jamming for Kalamazoo. For Lansing, I'm so sorry. Going to be joined by number 100, Smackajawea, jamming for the first time tonight for Kalamazoo, and she will be your lead jammer. Barbie Flay still on that initial pass. Looks like she's looking to pass the star there. Of course, Kalamazoo looking to block that star pass. Soba doing a nice job there with number 922, Jawbreaker Jose, doing double duty as a blocker, coming in to assist. The Mind Killer doing her best to stop Smackajawea. Smackajawea cannot be stopped. That's going to be 4 more points on the board for Kalamazoo. And that Jawbreaker Jose doing her best to stop Toxic Shock there at the front of the pack. Toxic Shock now looks like has that jammer panty in her hand. Of course, it's not on her head yet. Got to get it on your head before you can, I believe, has to be on your head before you can officially score points. Oh, Jawbreaker Jose puts a big hit there on Toxic Shock. Toxic Shock. Now, Toxic Shock is up. Hope she's okay. But now we've got an official timeout. And the refs are saying, defibrillator, come over here. We need all the refs for this. This timeout is brought to you by Sisu Mouth Guards. Do you like your teeth? Do you like your smile? Well, then you are going to love Sisu Mouth Guards, protecting the mouths of everybody here at Lansing Roller Derby since 2021. Let's say that. Also want to say thank you to our platinum sponsor this season, Tom's Food Center. Tom's Food Center. Food should be fun, adventurous, and affordable. They continuously work to find great new tastes and value with their fresh produce, their meat department, their in-store bakeries, and a deli to complement the items in their grocery aisles. Tom's, of course, believes in supporting the great state of Michigan and invests in the schools and communities they serve since 1982. You can visit them in Okemos on 1619 West Grand River, or visit them in Portland at 1462 East Grand River. So it's from the sounds of things, Jawbreaker Jose of Kalamazoo will be expelled from the game for that last hit. For a high block hit on Toxic Shock of Lansing. An expulsion means that the skater has to remove her skates and return to the locker room, and another skater from her team will serve out the rest of her penalty. And it looks like Skate Not Hatin' will be serving the remainder of Jawbreaker Jose's penalty. A skater can be expelled from the game for either accruing 7 penalties or if they do something so severe that the refs believe it warrants an expulsion. So we have number 4, Peregrine, on the jam line for Lansing, and Peregrine will be your lead jammer. Number 911, Death Valley of Kalamazoo, not that far behind. Looks like Peregrine is signaling to her teammates. And Peregrine calls it off from the inside. Peregrine did score 2 points there for Lansing. Looks like Kalamazoo did steal a point, 3 points to be exact, in that jam. Kalamazoo is now at 223, Lansing at 92. And that's Chew Backoff jamming for the first time tonight for Kalamazoo. Fox and Mad out there for a minute. I thought Fox and Mad was another blocker in this jam, but she is wearing the star. And that is some nice blocking courtesy of Catch Hell of Kalamazoo, giving Chew Backoff the room she needs to become lead jammer. A Gale skating and the Mind Killer waiting for her at the front of the back, but Chew Backoff just keeps on going. 4 points for Kalamazoo. And it looks like Fox and Matt attempted a star pass there. Star pass denied. She's still going to be the jammer. Nice hit there from the Mind Killer there on the turn. Oh my gosh, did you see that? She just spun around on the inside. She's making it look much easier than it is. 4 more points for Kalamazoo. And we have a dynamic wall of blockers from Lansing at the front of that pack. Herderino, Gale skating, holding it down. And looks like Fox and Mad coming out. 4 points on the board for Lansing. That's going to bring Lansing up to 97, just 3 points below that century mark. And that is going to be the jam. That was a 9-point jam for Kalamazoo. They're now at 232. Lansing, as I said, at 97. Just under 5 minutes left to go in this second half. That's number 29, Sarah Sasson on the jam line for Lansing. That's number 1, Weirs Waldo, wearing the star for Kalamazoo. And Weirs Waldo coming up against Strega and Fox and Mad there in the middle of the pack. Sarah Sasson and Dubois take a tumble there on the turn. Sarah Sasson lining up to the back of that pack. Weirs Waldo coming up against Yar and Strega. And Sarah Sasson will be your lead jammer. Yar has just forced Weirs Waldo to the back of the pack. Waldo looking to get that star pass. Looks like she thinks better of it, and she's still going to be your jammer. And we have a jammer blocker tumble there. I believe that was Pocket falling to the floor. And Sarah Sasson calls it off. Kind of a chaotic jam, but it sure looked like fun. Sarah did put 3 points on the board for Lansing. And that is going to put Lansing at 100 points exactly. You know what to do. It is an all drink, especially for our friends at the Mayfair Bar. Number 0, Barbie Flay out there jamming for Lansing. Going to be joined by, that is number 5, Pocket, jamming for the first time tonight for Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo's pivot's going to do her best to break up that pack there for Pocket. And it's a nice hit there from Neva Soba on Barbie. Of course, when other blocker falls, it's not a track cut. Barbie is going to be your lead jammer. It looks like Pocket was going for a star pass there. Didn't quite make it. And it sounded like, is that a call off? Yes, that was 4 whistles. The refs are calling it off. And believe that was a double goose egg. Well, so I saw Barbie put 4 points on the board there for Lansing in that jam. Kalamazoo held scoreless. And this is longtime Kalamazoo skater Javelin out there jamming, and number 4, Peregrine for Lansing. And Peregrine working her way through that pack. Nice blocking there from number 13, Dubois. Estrega doing her best to keep Javelin in the back. Javelin takes a tumble there in the center of the track, cutting through on the inside. Javelin will be your lead jammer. Peregrine, meanwhile, still on her initial pass. Javelin coming up against that wall of black, skating around through the outside. She does it again. 4 points for Kalamazoo. We have just under a minute left to go in this period. 1 minute, 14 seconds left on the jam clock. Could be the last jam of the evening. Strega holding down that blocker line there for Lansing. Javelin's got a line up behind. Peregrine looking to get a star pass. It looks like the jammer panty's in her hand there. Peregrine getting a hit to the outside, courtesy of Death Valley. Kalamazoo picked up 2 points in that jam. Kalamazoo held scoreless. Bring Kalamazoo up to 238. Lansing at 103. We have 17 seconds left on the clock. Last jam of the evening, I'm sure. Stranger things have happened. Shoe back off. Jamming for Kalamazoo. Fox and Mad, number 12 for Lansing. And you know, I know, has called off the jam before it starts. That means it is the end of the bout. We've got an unofficial score. I will update you all watching at home when we have an official score. The refs and officials have to make their final deliberations, but I think it's safe to say Kalamazoo won this one. And make sure you stick around for our second bout tonight. We're going to watch the Lansing B team take on Downriver Roller Dolls. And after that, of course, we hope you join us at the Mayfair Bar for tonight's after party. Theme is high school stereotypes. Kalamazoo, of course, taking the traditional victory lap. And the final score of tonight's first bout, Kalamazoo 238, Lansing 103. Great job to both teams. Some hard hits, some fast skating out there. What more could you ask for roller derby?